What's up, everybody? And welcome to the On the Ropes podcast, where today I'm giving you what everybody wants to know right now. Predictions and analysis for UFC 229, Conor McGregor versus KHABIB Nurmagomedov. Say it right if you're going to say it. The champ, the Eagle, versus one of the best fighters in the world, featherweight, lightweight, champion of the world, and not only that, got in the ring and boxed Floyd Mayweather, one of the best boxers to ever live. This is one of the best fights of the century, and I can't wait. And I know everybody wants to know what we think about this fight. Here we go. So today on the podcast, I got my good friend, Grammy Award-winning producer, my boy Mac, is here to talk about the fights with me, and I'm very blessed to have this honor and presence. And we're produced by the best entertainment company in the world, MEG, Majara's Entertainment Group. Go look it up. We got a lot of good stuff coming. Pay attention. We got the album coming out, lots of good music, the best kid in the game. I mean, you guys are probably not ready for what we about to drop, but we about to drop some shit on you guys. Excuse my French. And my boy just came back from French. So anyways, let's get to the podcast. So this weekend we got some amazing fights. I heard Dana White actually say today, this is the biggest fight the UFC has ever done. It's gonna break 3 million buys. So basically, you're talking about $190 million just in pay-per-view buys.
I can believe it.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it is. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Forget the money. Money's not the biggest thing. The biggest thing is who is the best fighter in the world right now at lightweight, 155 pounds in mixed martial arts. And we're going to find that out with either Conor or KHABIB. My question for you, Mac, is what do you think? Who do you think takes it? Why? Analyze the fight for me.
Great. Two of the greatest fighters, I think, right now at 155. Personally, being a UFC watcher for a long, long time, it's a very tough call because, you know how they say styles make the matchups. And that's the most important thing to anything. On any given night, it could be done like that.
Absolutely.
But if I have to go with it, I always analyze the different ways of how many ways somebody has to win. And for me, I think when most of the talk you hear, they always say, the people for Conor say he's gonna knock him out. People from KHABIB's side, their followers say he's gonna maul him. Now, if I take the information I've gotten, KHABIB's never been knocked out. He's 26-0.
Oh shit.
He's fought some killers.
Oh really?
So what makes me wonder is, how's he just gonna all of a sudden get knocked out when a man doesn't have a history of getting knocked out? Not saying he can't get knocked out, but my odds say he's just not gonna get knocked out like that, and you have to do it in one round. Because I think when you go past 2 or 3, the longer it goes, the more trouble you can be.
Go sit in the sauna. Why don't you guys go sit in the sauna for 10 minutes and do some jumping jacks and shadow box in there and see how you feel. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I really think. And then, not saying he can't do it, I just don't think it's as easy as people say. And that ground game, that ground and pound, I think it takes years to get ready for that and that level.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is a very good topic, the ground and pound. Now, this is a problem. This is a very, very big problem for Conor McGregor. Because Conor, as flashy as he is, as precise as he is, as great as he is and creative as he is on his feet, there's nothing creative about grabbing someone and putting him up against the wall and holding him there, punch him in the face, lifting him up off his feet and slamming him on his head, let him get back up, take him down again. That game, and coming from someone that has done that game, it is the hardest part of a fight. And if you cannot withstand the quicksand, you are gonna drown in there.
Yeah, I mean, I fully agree. I mean, like I said, all due credit to Conor McGregor with that accuracy is unmatched. The accuracy, the punching, not taking anything away, not saying he can't beat the guy, but like I said, analyzing everything, you have a guy who hasn't lost, and I'm sure he's fought people that can punch hard before. And then you've got a guy who's great, top of the game, top of the food chain, but he's lost, and you know how he can lose.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's variables that make fights. And right now, I'm a firm believer of, with all respect to all styles, the wrestling base and the ground and pound is the most solid across the board.
Dominant.
To get things done.
Absolutely.
Because, yeah, they say a fight starts on the feet, but at some point, I'm sorry, no one's going to go through a career in the UFC at that highest level of mixed martial arts and not find yourself on the ground at some point. You might slip. You could have the best takedown defense and turn the wrong way and slip.
There might be a little bit extra water on the canvas.
You don't know. I mean, it's proven.
It's absolutely.
It's proven.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, listen. Conor has his biggest fight in his hands. I don't care what anyone says about who he's fought, none of the accolades. I don't care about none of that. This guy is coming there. He doesn't care how much you want to make fun of him, talk about his father, don't want to talk about his country, whatever you want to do. You want to come catch him off guard with 40, 50 people and try and jump him when he's not ready. Fine. But you will have to get in that cage one-on-one with him. And when you are faced one-on-one with that animal, that little kid that grew up wrestling bears, you better be ready, brother. You better be ready for a fight, and you better pray to God that one of those shots that you have catches them. I love Conor McGregor. I'm a big Conor McGregor fan.
Me too.
And in no way what I'm saying in my analysis is that he's not good. But what I am saying is he is going up against the tide. The tide is coming. As Terry Atlas would say in boxing, the fire is coming. Are you ready for the fire? We're going to find out with Conor McGregor this Saturday. And I can't wait to see it. I'm a fan of both fighters. And I bless them both and pray that God takes care of them and make a great fight for everyone. But last but not least, I need a prediction from you, Mac. What do you think? How does it go in that fight? Because we have one other big fight to get to as well.
Once again, Conor McGregor, top of the food chain, great fighter. But I have to go with KHABIB just because I have to analyze the variables and the style. And I'm a firm believer of wrestling base, ground and pound, straight to the mat. But if I got it, if I have to, if it wasn't maybe
if you're putting your money on the line, you're putting the house on the line right now. What do you got? What do you got?
KHABIB.
How does it get done?
I'm sticking with it.
KHABIB.
Yes.
What round? How does he get it done?
I think 3.
Round 3. I've been hearing that a lot in the media. Why? How does he get it done? Submission or TKO because he cannot fight back?
TKO. Just for the simple fact of first round, I always wonder, when you're used to taking care of people in the first 2 rounds and you used to, what happens when they taste that power that you so much lean on and they don't go down? Now, you got to start calculating, how else can I beat this person? Absolutely. I can't keep winding up punches because every time I wind up for the big shot, that's a lot of energy.
Absolutely.
And then, I think your will gets broken when you go down because now that big shot ain't work.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, I guess I got to do it myself. I got to go with a prediction here. Listen, in no way do I want any of the Irish fans or anybody that loves Conor McGregor to be upset at me. I love Conor McGregor. And actually kind of part of me wants him to come out there and throw the left hand, catch KHABIB, and he's out.
No. I don't.
But as far as my prediction goes, what I think is going to happen in the fight, I think KHABIB changes the sport. I think he comes in there and he shows you that you can punch good, you can kick good, but if you can't do everything else very, very good, you are absolutely fooked, as Conor McGregor would say. And I feel that Khabib gets the fight done within round 3. And I think it's going to be a TKO. The ref is he's going to wear him down, beat him up, and it's going to get to a point where he can't fight back. And the ref's going to tell him to move. The ref will stop the fight. And that's my prediction on that fight. But before we wrap this up, very important, because my dog, my homie, my close friend, who just opened up his academy in Orange County, my boy, Tony Ferguson, who is a lightweight interim champion of the UFC, and who used to buy my CDs when I was just starting out, is fighting this weekend as well. And he is fighting Anthony Pettis, which is an amazing fight. The winner of this fight, and not only the winner of this fight, if one of Khabib or Conor drop out, they're jumping in there to fight Tony Ferguson or Anthony Pettis. So we're talking about the guy that's next in the division. They're fighting this weekend as well. We got to get your pick for that as well.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a tougher pick for me. I think the Gregor Magomedov fight. I mean, because I love Tony Ferguson. I think he's definitely one of the best. You can't pin one thing on him. You can't pin one style to him. You know, he's kind of got that different movement. His wrestling is impeccable. His jiu-jitsu is great. But Pettis too. Pettis is a firebomb. Pettis catch you one of them shots. And like I said, I mean, this is a really, really tough fight to call. I don't even think I could call it because I really like both of them. I think Pettis is a great fighter.
You got to put the money on the line. They're saying put the house on the line. You got to go. And what you're saying is absolutely right, because Pettis is amazing on the ground. He won the lightweight title by armbarring.
I saw Benson Henderson, and I'm a big Ben Henderson believer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, but I think it goes the distance, because I think their ground game will nullify each other.
Absolutely.
I think Pettis is too good on the ground to just get caught in the same things like Kevin Lee or somebody got caught in. And his striking is high level, but Kukui is very crafty. You know what I'm saying?
El Kukui. Shout out to my boy El Kukui.
Yeah, shout out to him. He's very crafty. So I think this goes the distance. And in a distance fight, I take El Kukui.
Absolutely, you can't.
Just by a margin, because he's done the distance. His conditioning is there. I know. I've seen him do it before. And Pettis, love him to death, but he's had problems in long fights.
Yes. Absolutely.
When it goes to the decision, just the history I know on him, he hasn't pulled out a lot of those. You know, I mean, when he went on his losing streak, he doesn't really get finished. You know, he's only been finished, I think, like once. But when it comes to the distance, all those things is where he's been controlled.
Yeah.
And so I'd have to take Tony Ferguson.
Yeah. I'm going to double down on that. I'm going to say Tony Ferguson comes out there and makes Anthony Pettis look like an amateur. I'm going to tell you why. Because
And the wrestling base, too.
Yes.
That's what he has problems with.
Yes. Let me tell you why. I've watched Tony Ferguson train. I've been there when he's trained. And I know that as far as mixed martial arts go, there is not a man alive that works as hard as Tony Ferguson. I love Anthony Pettis and his camp and where he comes from. But what I do know is you're not going to mix it up as well as Tony Ferguson. When you're getting caught with something, he switches it up. And then he switches it up.
And that's what I think the biggest difference is in-fight adjustments.
Absolutely.
And I think Tony Ferguson is in my top 3 for in-fight adjustments.
Got to be.
Because he can adjust to 2 to 3 to 4 different ways.
He'll play with you in there.
Where
he'll start doing stuff that like he'll start doing kung fu in there. You'll be like, is this the karate movie? What are you doing? I love it. So my pick is going to be Tony Ferguson as well on this fight, and I think he gets it done within the 3rd round as well.
Oh, wow, you think a finish?
I think he's going to submit Anthony Pettis. I think he's going to break him down, wear him out, and he takes him out by round 3 by submission. Maybe even that very patented Darce choke, which he gets very often.
Yeah, I don't know. Pettis is slick on the ground. He's very slick.
It's gonna be a fun weekend.
Yeah, it's
gonna be a good one.
Very good fights. 'Cause I definitely think these are the 4 top
lightweights
in the 155. You know,
Absolutely.
I maybe only put one other person, and that'd be my 5, and then I'd probably put Kevin Lee in there, and then that'd be it.
Okay, I love Kevin Lee too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But he's cracking at the door.
Right,
He's
on the door.
We'll have to get to
but
this
once
weekend.
again, too, it's matchups too.
And then, excuse me, I was gonna just forget about this, but we got Nate Diaz and Dustin Poirier coming up too, and I'm sorry, but I think Nate is better than all of them, and that's just my opinion.
At 155?
I'm a big Diaz fan. I don't know how he does with Khabib, and I'm not gonna even get into that because that's my boy. I love Nate, and I wish the best on the Diaz brothers. But that's another fight for a new day, and that's as far as this card is gonna go. It's been great chopping it up with you, my brother.
As well.
And I appreciate everybody coming on the Ropes podcast again, and this one for the predictions and analysis of the Khabib versus Nurmagomedov UFC 229, and we'll be back for many more soon. See you guys.